Hi everyone, and welcome back to Wrath of the Righteous. We've just done the, was it this from Mordor, like mini DLC, free download. And we're back in the capital, so it's taken far too long to get back here, because we're overloaded. Nothing here, oh no, see what it's got to sell actually. Not that I can buy much, because we need that money for the buying armies. I still don't know what the difference between these sabres and sawtooth sabres is. Let's have a look. I've sold all the sabres. These ones are finesse. Are the normal ones not finesse? Okay, so a sawtooth sabre is exotic. Oof, Jesus Christ. But it is finesse. That's the same again. Just like a sabre. Excuse me. Don't get any. I've got scimitar. That is not finesse. So the difference between scimitar and sabre is scimitar is martial, strength based, sawtooth cinema. Well, scimitar here. It's also, oh yeah, sabre. Duh. Scimitars are strength based. Sawtooth sabres are exotic and finesse based.
I'm gone.
Dexterity, that is. Okay, so is it night time? Let's go and talk down to the graveyard then. Talk to social about his gambling. Listen to his emo bullshit.
We do it my way.
The soldier stares at his cards in dim light with a candle stuck. Do me two more. I'll double down. Going to clink as they land on the barrel. Do me another one. What, another one? Are you bluffing, you little shit? Wait until we lay down our cards and you see if I'm bluffing. You don't immediately recognise Social's voice. In battle he is quiet and composed. But now you can hear furious, passionate excitement in his words. Fine, you scumbag, I'll call. Do me another as well. Excitement, passion and tension seem to hang over the improvised table. Feels like lightning is about to strike. Ain't nothing. Damn it, I'm out. The soldier angrily throws his cards on the barrel. Go on, show us what you've got. Read them and weep. Social reveals his cards with a gloating laugh. Nothing but junk, I knew it. You holier than thou types can't bluff. I was, and you fell for it. With this, soldier slams a card on each of the soldier's shoulders like epaulets. Places the rest of the cards on top of his opponent's head. Well, that's just, provocation. Now you've done it, you. Soldier grabs Social by the collar. The cleric immediately raises his fist, as if he expected it. At this point, one of the other players spots you in the shadows. Hey, someone over there, we've been caught. The jig's up. That's such an Americanism. No, it's not a British English saying that. No. Let's bail. The candle is snuffed out and the cards are scattered into the mud. After a moment, only an embarrassed Socio remains. What are you doing here? His voice no longer holds excitement. We did nothing wrong. Well, temper's flared a bit. That usually doesn't happen, I swear it. I think this is an appropriate place for a cleric to be spending his time. Where? I miss the soldiers resting between battles. When I can monitor how they're coping with everything they've seen and done. Yes, I think it's a very appropriate place for a cleric. I know you never lied to me. I hope this is implying that I know he's lying. So I think you must be lying to yourself. You didn't come here to minister to the soldiers. Why else would I come here then? To win a copper or two? You provoked that soldier. You were practically begging for a fight. I was? No, you misunderstood. That was. He searches for the right words to explain himself, but grows dejected and lowers his eyes. You're right. Shame on me. I provoked the fight. I behaved unacceptably. Forgive me, Shelling. Glad you realised it. Perhaps you should also confess it to your goddess. Yes, thank you for opening my eyes to my unworthy behaviour. I'll go and pray for Shannon's forgiveness. Good night. He's so fucking uptight about his goddess. I'm so holy.
Follow if you dare.
Oh, my brother. Staunton Vane, traitor of the Crusades. He's been buried. But it does say traitor. And not anything else. Or maybe... I need to rest. Just double checking. It does say traitor, not hero of the Crusades. Maybe it was graffitied by people. I need another this is... That's crap. 17,000 is crap. Might pick up these Pills of Powers and DLCs or something, but they're new, I don't know. Seem expensive, but it is extra spellcast slots. Like 1 5th level spell for 25 grand, 2 2nd level spells for 74. But what would you put in them? Anyway, I want fear stuff and just want to remove fear. Get 5 of those, and I want poison. That'll do.
I do what I must.
See, I'm kind of torn. I don't really want Camellia, but she does have the best. Let's see what Wenderag's up to. She does have the best rapier in the game if you follow the the rest. Okay, not going to talk to Wenderag then.
Adventures can wait.
Captain Odam. The tall, gaunt half-elf salutes you solemnly. Commander, it's been honoured to call this first meeting of the Mythic Council to order. I am Captain Odam. I've been serving on your command ever since the assault on the Grey Garrison. I do my best to be as much use to you as possible in this role. The foundation of the military is code calculation and discipline. These are the principles I would seek to impart to the Crusaders. If we are to win this war, we must forget about mercy for enemies, for our troops, and for ourselves. Well, Commander, Sister Sealer is no renowned general, but she spent half our life tussling with evil. Looks like I'll be stepping up on behalf of all of Iomede's faithful here. I hope my advice will prove useful. But Regil, Sealer, the Captain, Wenderag, Mistress, your army needs to change. The Uplanders have already proven that their methods of warfare are lacking, and their fastidiousness leads to unnecessary losses. I'll teach them how to cast aside their morals, destroy the enemy with the most ruthless means available. Ulbrich. Demons aren't the first invaders to come to the lands of Sarkaris. I know this country, and I know how people used to fight here in the old days. Listen to me, War Chief. I'm trying to turn the land itself into our ally. The first issue of the Military Council agenda is the reorganisation of troops. Infantry has been bled dry. Forces Her Majesty granted to us were enough to take Dresden, but we needed more troops to hold it. Furthermore, the army was assembled in great haste after the assault of Knabres and was never adequately equipped. Unfortunately, we don't have much time for redeployment. Scouts reported that a powerful Balor, Karamzadeh, is already preparing a retaliatory strike on Dresden, but we can rely on freshly conscripted Mendevian soldiers. They may not have the skill, but our strength as always lies in the number and the fervour of the volunteers joining the Crusades. We can't throw everyone into the meat grinder. We just get our youths killed for nothing. We need to select the best among the recruits, even better, to hold a contest. The bravest and the most capable will join the Crusaders. The death count is always the highest in the infantry. Its purpose is to serve as a shield. It would be wise to invest our resources in hiring and training heavy footmen with shields to ensure maximum protection, even if it limits their mobility and makes them less threatening to the enemy. A ominous smile spread across Wenduag's face. I've noticed that not all uplanders are equal, while some eat and drink, or the like others sit in stone cells for gongs on end, feeding on refuse. You call those criminals? They have no rights, so why don't we force them to join our ranks, get ourselves a fresh supply of troops? Convicts, you say? Never enough folk. Same in war just as it is in peacetime. We dealt with that problem by finding helpers among the animals. Why can't we do the same now? Strengthen them through war dogs. One soldier with a dog at his side. It's more like 1.5 fighters, maybe even 2. What does the Military Council do? Determines the strategy for our troops, enacts army reforms, approves new equipment standards, and makes decisions on all issues regarding military action on the front lines. Who's this Ballard? Karamzadeh, most trusted servant of the Demon Lord Discovery. Among the steelwinds of Mandavian crusades, is known as strategist of the world wound. He's not as renowned as Menargo, the conqueror of Dresden, or Hepzimira, the daughter of Baphomet, but he has claimed the most major victories of the forces of Mendev. He's a general, quite possibly one of the best tacticians in the entire Abyss. I've been studying his style of warfare for years. He may seem like an ordinary demon, another typical war taskmaster, but that's a fallacy. Like a beast following a scent, he senses weaknesses in his enemy's defences and strikes at them, sending soldiers to bring targeted carnage. His uncanny charisma attracts more and more soldiers to him, so he's never short on troops, and sacrifices them like pawns whenever he pleases in order to achieve his victories. Karamzadeh is the face of the demon host. For many years I've been gathering research on him, preparing for the day our armies will clash, with his once more. I hope my council will help you defeat him, but so far, Karamzadeh has known no defeats. I have a question for my advisors. I'm ready to answer any questions you have. Healer, have you ever commanded an army before? Maybe Seal is here because Iribeth has been sent on the other thing on the side. Not on a scale like this, of course not. If I fought evil, I know its tricks. Besides, war makes people callous. It's always useful to have a paladin advisor around to remind you at a crucial moment that what we're actually fighting for, right? Maybe, maybe not. You're shit at detecting evil. I don't think once in this entire game you get it right. Roger, why do you wish to sit on the Military Council? I have command experience. I intend to impart to the Crusaders at least a modicum of the discipline and rigidity of the Hell Knights. Quality of the Mandavian staff currently available to you leaves much to be desired. He glances at the wincing Captain Odan. That much is certain. Wenduag, you want to command my troops? She raised her head proudly, and why not? Used to lead our tribe's hunters through the most dangerous caves and always returned with spoils. I know how to win, how to think ahead, and how to be merciless. I'll certainly be a better advisor to you than this uplander. As you nod in Captain Odan's direction makes him frown with displeasure. Ulbig, do you have military experience? Do I have experience? Ha! I fought on this land back when it was still called Sarkoris. I led my clan on raids against our neighbours, drove invaders from our land. I went to war with my band against orcs and giants. But what kind of Sarkorian would I be if I stood on the sidelines now? And Captain Odan, who are you? Served on the front lines of the Mandavian army for over 25 years, and at that time I've gained a wealth of combat experience. His voice sounds calm, his face darkens at the mention of a wealth of combat experience. But you're not on the front lines now, or maybe you are. I'm considered one of the foremost experts on tactics and strategy in Queen Galfrey's officer corps. Something happened that he's had to step back or something. And in 25 years, not had much success, but then again you weren't in command, were you? Just serving. Spent my whole life studying the craft of warfare and I'm familiar with the thoughts of all prominent military leaders over the last 5 centuries. Furthermore, I wholeheartedly believe in the traditions of Mendav's military art. I'm glad to share my knowledge with you, Commander. problem with that is they haven't won anything in at least 100 years just by following this. It's like saying, oh, we've had bows and arrows for 2,000 years. Let's go with bows and arrows against tanks. I want to hear the opinions of my advisors. Sealer, do we really need one of the bravest and most capable for our infantry? I mean, we can't send untrained rookies to a slaughter. We have the right to command only those who are ready for battle, those who can defeat the enemy. We must find out who's the skill in the guts. Contests are perfect for that, and a little excitement for our warriors couldn't hurt either. We won't get that many winners, but the strength will come from the prowess, not the numbers. Your proposal would leave us with an infantry full of selfish risk-takers dreaming of glory and valour. That's bad material for a soldier. The infantry's role is to be a shield for the archers and mages. All they're required to do is follow orders and hold the line, until victory or death. Ambitious loners cherry-picked through contests of skill are not fit to perform this duty. Why do you insist on shield bearers? The infantry is a meat shield intended to catch the blade of the opposing army in its flesh. Problem is, flying enemies and swarms and stuff just go straight over them like they're not there, just ignore them. That's why I would like to see well-armoured shield bearers as our foot soldiers. You must have the option of pitting ranks of footmen against a tide of rampaging demons, knowing with certainty they will not scatter or die until they've completed their task. Wendrak, is it wise to rely on scoundrels and criminals? I don't plan to rely on them. I plan to rely on the chain of archers who will follow them, and shoot anyone who dares to run. The foot soldiers will have no choice but to fight, and those hardened criminals know how to fight for their lives. It's true, they won't charge into battle shouting your name, mistress, but their upkeep will cost us a pittance. They'll serve their purpose as a meat shield, and none will shed any tears over their demise. Since they've wronged the tribe, let them atone for their deeds with blood. Besides, other uplanders also have prisons filled with criminals, don't they? We can borrow them. Our neighbours will only be too happy to have fewer mouths to feed. This is like some wicked parody of redemption. Giving them a chance to another new leaf is one thing, but herding them to their death with bows trained on the back, it's not what the crusade should be. Ludwig, how will war dogs help our infantry? A lorry hound is more than just a sharp set of fangs. It's an extra pair of eyes, a keen nose, and another head, in a way. It's no soldier, but it's extra fighting power. Since we can't get any more human warriors from anywhere, we'll swell the ranks with four-legged fighters. An excellent idea, Chief Birdbrain. Let's assemble an army of stray mutts, filthy crows, and street rats. I've heard lots of soldiers complain of lice and fleas. Fleas spelled wrong. Let's throw them back in the mix too. Waste not, want not, right? A soldier annoys fleas and is practically a platoon. Captain Odan, you just want to gather up some recruits from Mendev. Yes, institute a draft. Try to amass as many new soldiers from Mendev and other lands as we can. We have always drawn our strength from our zeal and determination to oppose evil. If we start holding contests or selections, we'll turn the Holy Crusaders for a job for the chosen few and scare away future volunteers. Try changing our tried and true tactics, we lose valuable time. But these haven't worked. Our army is in need of fresh blood right now, that is true. The shield these misfit losers are going to form will be a flimsy as shit. We better support it with a line of crossbowmen at the rear. We won't let them take off at the first sign of trouble. Okay. See what we get. If we go with Sealer, you get weekly recruitment growth for champions. All footmen are promoted to champions. Footmen have AC 14, 14, 13, 13, 10, 10. Oh my god. Champions have much less armor class. Initiative's different, but they do triple the damage. Oh no. 2d6 plus 13 to d6 plus 10, so d6 plus 10 extra damage. And don't have the health. Shield bearers. We already have some of those. They're okay. But They are pretty crap. They don't do any damage. And like I said, they can flying enemies, of which there are many, just go right past them. Plus, there's no attacks of opportunity on the battlefield. So if you say these squares are on the battlefield, we put a shield bearer here, say, and there's 2 enemies here. They can just run right past him and attack our archers down here. Just engage them in melee, and we can't do anything about it. We have to have like a solid wall, and because we're limited by the amount of units we can have, that's just unfeasible. Evil. Convicts. They are less damage, less armor class. But they do have +1 to attack. And the worst armor class of the lot. And the worst damage of the lot as well. How about the dogs? Seems interesting. Houndmasters. Okay, 911, 921, 17, 15, 13. Better armor class. And 4 to 9 damage. 4 to 9. D6 plus 3. Damage is the same. 45, it was slightly more health. And the new recruits. Conscripts. Better armor class. Exactly the same damage. Let's go for the dogs. Let's use dogs. Train a dog for wars, no easy task. We had a few chicks and sockers. Troops today aren't a patch on the old ones, of course. They can talk to beasts, that's all we need. We'll train 5 dogs. They'll quickly supply our army with 4-legged reinforcements. But 5? Looking pointless. Captain Dan salutes you for me. Thank you for your time, Commander. When the reforms are finished, the ranks of infantry are replenished. I'll assemble the military council to discuss new decisions. Thabadine. You see a Khalid, around 50 years old, or this is the one he demanded to see us. Dressed in a doublet, looks older than its owner. Once it may have been expensive, but now it's worn and polished. A scabbardless sword hangs on his belt, covered in such a thick layer of rust. It looks more like a club. His flushed, swollen face, spongy nose, and dark circles beneath his eyes suggest he's a heavy drinker. When he opens his mouth to speak, your suspicion is confirmed by the stench of stale alcohol on his breath. So you're the commander, huh? How's the little place you got yourself here? All these walls, polished furniture. Solid, commendable. I think I'll give you a medal for this. A medal? You're too kind. Don't mention it, I'm a generous soul. I'm also fair. I dish out medals and I punish as I please. Who am I? Not just your average citizen. The man groans as he straightens up, affecting a proud, noble bearing insofar as his decrepitude allows. You are pleased to know that I'm Thabadine Quentissimus Hierophantel, rightful heir to the throne of Is and all Sarkoris. Everyone knows that no king's ever ruled over all Sarkoris, and there's no throne in Is. How would you know? Have you been to Is? Seen it with your own eyes? You haven't. If you haven't, maybe there was one. I popped you to tell me about the throne in the palace. It was gold all over, crusted with all manner of crusty things, like diamonds, and fire ants, rubies and bubbos. Couldn't take your eyes off it. That's what kind of throne it was. It's all mine by right. Can you prove your claim to the throne? Of course, we aren't just some swindlers. We have all the evidence. Here, look. He takes a rusty sword from his belt and shows you the hilt, which features a nearly worn-off golden crest. The grinning animal it depicts most closely resembles a shabby opossum. Here, the royal smilodon is the ancient symbol of the rulers of Sarkoris. I've also got a wart on my chest in the shape of a crown. Of course I'm the heir to the throne. For those who don't believe me, well, they can get lost. That's what I say. Let them go to Palura's Fall, where all the kings of Sarkoris are buried. There my entire family tree has been written in stone. Go and read for yourselves. You feel that they have an incredible prank forming in your head. An insolent drunkard claiming royal blood. What will happen if you support this absurd ambitions? His absurd ambitions. The lowest fall, who's there? Are you deaf or what? You should be drinking a pine needle infusion. Do wonders for your ears. And your eyes too, I'm telling you. All that dead Sarkorian kings are in the ground there. In mausoleums, tomb burials. And those, whatchamacallit, obelisks, that's right. It's all written there about my ancestors and about me too. Just go look. And everything will make sense. By every law of the land, I'm king. What do you think you're entitled to? We are simple people, don't need much. I mean, no, that's not what I meant. We aren't simple people, not simple at all. We need a great deal. King's palace, a throne, lands. But all that can wait until you get back his. Make all the demons leave. As for now, I wouldn't mind having a king's residence here in Dresden. A place to sleep, some hot food, that'd be a start. Okay. Trust my intuition. As you command, your majesty. I will arrange a residence for you at once. His mouth drops open, stares at you with bulging yellow eyes. Unable to think of anything to say, lets out a loud hiccup. Finally realizing his scheme was successful. He seems an arrogant ear. Well, I see you are appointed commander for a reason. The decisions you make are wise. Yes, I'm staying at the tavern for now. It's a roof over my head and food isn't bad. I'll tell them you're picking up the tab. A tankard of fragrant mead materials in your hand. It seems Kaelin appreciated your prank. I guess I'll go and celebrate my triumphant return. And you, keep up the good work, fighting the demons and all. As soon as you liberate Is, report to me immediately. Right. That reminded me, I've got to go through the wardrobe here, haven't I? I get anything else to throw away here? No, sold it all. Okay. This is the trickster thing. Alicino. It's the time, ladies and gentlemen, for us to finally decide what we're going to do about the world wound. The individual who utters these words looks indistinguishable from a human man, and a most ordinary one at that. He wears neat, unassuming clothes, a pair of glasses, and has a dark moustache. In all respects, he appears to be nothing more than a middle-class merchant, or some minor official. Evertris. It's Kitsune. Perhaps we should reach a decision. If you, dear Alicino, attend the council meetings more often. Alas, what could I do? There were urgent matters in Erebus, Hell's third layer. Oh, the archdevil Mammon keeps Hell's books. Yeah, because of course, accountants are from Hell. Have I ever missed anything important? Oh, that's a Soccer Benoth. He is the brother of the Succubus Queen. Sokoth Benoth. Oh, nothing special, my friend. Just a new member joining our council. And on that note, here she is. Allow me to make the introductions. This is Alicino, a well-respected Malbranche from Hell. Alicino, this is Commander Jellybobs, leader of the Crusade. Well, how curious. Pleased to meet you, very pleased. Alicino looks you over as if trying to calculate how much she could get for each of your body parts. I suppose you're right. I don't seem to have missed anything important. Is there anything about you I might find interesting? Why would I try to interest you, if I'm not the least bit interested in you? What rash audacity. Alicino stares you again, first through his glasses and over them. I will remember this. Don't be so tough on our new friend. She's our lucky charm, and brings us good fortune. From Chedali. He seems to be just a standard person. If we don't reach a decision, luck is the only thing we'll have left. Listen, I have a specific course of action to propose. Certain persons in Erebus are interested in the wardstones. If we manage to haul out at least one of those obelisks, they'll give us... Don't see what mercantilism has to do with our objective. Do you have any ideas about closing the world wound? I've been thinking, do we really need to close it? taking it under our control, jointly of course, and with complete equity between us, we can collect taxes from each demon. Sokoth Benoth interrupts the devil with a fit of raucous laughter. He regains his composure, wiping black tears from his eyes. Taxes from demons. Oh, it is a beautiful thing, darling. I'm thrilled. Can't wait for these new proposals. They're making demons carry travel papers next, I suppose. A great idea. Alcino's suggestions are reasonable. It's not his fault no one here wants to listen to him. Finally, a voice of reason. But Hippogriff looks back and forth to you and Alcino, giving you both an appraising glance. Of course they're reasonable, they're just unworkable. At least I have ideas. There's a better suggestion, but glad to hear it. I see the debate is getting out of control. As such, this meeting is adjourned. If you wish to discuss something else, just do so privately and raise it for discussion in the next meeting. Sokoth penetrated stare seems to see right through you to your very soul. The Demon Lord chuckles. You've just heard a good joke. So glad we met. Yes, indeed. All these years I've been looking for someone just like you. Now that you're on the council, these things we are going to do. Sokoth's enthusiasm is contagious. You feel free, playful, and unstoppable, capable of changing the world. Feelings float up from the depths of your soul like bubbles of champagne. Shaika, the eldest. But I know this was chaotic alignment, but Jesus Christ. That is dangerous chaos.
I'm gone.
Well, I guess he is as well. Don't know who you are though. Alcino is making calculations in a little black book, squinting through glasses at the page. Just a minute. It takes time to complete the calculations and hides the book in his pocket and looks you up and down with a bored expression. Tell me about yourself. There's absolutely nothing special about me, and if there is, you can be assured it's highly confidential. I'm Alcino, a malbranch of hell. To put it simply, I'm not the highest of authorities in that beautiful place, but I'm far from the lowest. What do you do? Same thing I do everywhere. I defend the interests of my superiors in hell. What did you expect? You don't think I'd endeavour to close the world wound out of charity? I'm quite busy, you know. Actually, yeah. This is chaotic, and hell is lawful. The abyss is chaos. What's your thoughts on the world wound? Try to think of a way to make it useful. Only it does not offer much benefit to hell, but maybe someone in the council will show some prudence and help me at least make some profit from it. Other members want to close the world wound, but why? I don't see what benefit would bring them. Therefore, they must have secretive motives. True goals are hiding behind this supposed altruism. You don't think such powerful creatures, whether beasts, celestials, or fae, would be doing this just to help mortals? I have to go. I haven't talked to these two. Seems like I can... Chidali and Eritris I can badmouth. And power struggle maybe. Here's Chidali. Dark-skinned middle-aged Vudrani woman dressed in yellow silk. White flowers decorate her long black hair. Her cheeks dimple as she smiles. You're so lucky you managed to find it. It's like a cookie. I made them myself. She hands you a parcel of fragrant cookies. Tell me about yourself. My name's Chidali. Mortals say I'm an imperial lord. Some even worship me. I try as best I can not to disappoint them. I heal some, make some stronger. But truth be told, I can't compete with the gods. This gives you a sweet smile. I was born because of some lucky chance when a yellow aurora, a lunar eclipse and meteor shower happened simultaneously on Elysium. I liked it so much, existing that is, that now the only thing I do is share my happiness with others. Eat a cookie. The fragrant cookie melts in your tongue. The taste of unfamiliar spices lingers in your mouth like a gentle sunny morning, filling you with hope and joy. Don't get a buff. What are your thoughts on the world wound? Terrible calamity. No duty to fix it. Rajani raises a plump, dark fist and thin bracelets chained together delicately on her wrists. We haven't succeeded yet, but you will definitely bring us luck. Now, Elysium is where the... what they're called. The chaotic good people are. Do you believe in chance? I believe in chance. I create chance as I am chance. The woman smiles broadly, revealing healthy white teeth. Whoever you are, whatever you do, this world wants to help you. Your main task is to trust it and not stand in the way of your own luck. So I don't need to take responsibility. The world wants to help me do whatever I do. So, for example, if I dream of setting an orphanage on fire and eating all the children, I can set up Alicino or Cobblehoof. So I don't need to take responsibility for what I do anymore. Just do what I like and chance will clean up after me. Of course not. How can you say such things? Surely one has to take responsibility for their actions, but without losing faith in chance. Although cleaning up after oneself is mandatory. Do you mean if a brick falls on my head in the street, it's my fault because I didn't trust chance enough? No. She shakes her head, earrings clinking. Accidents happen too. It's not your fault. The world wants to help you though. It just isn't always able to do so. We have to hope for the best anyway. Don't want to do that because it might actually happen. And also... no. I have to go. Go, and don't forget to look around. You don't want to miss your look. Okay, she doesn't seem too innocuous. Did I get a buff? No. Right. Hobblehoof. Mighty despite its years, the hippogriff in mithril breastplate looks down his beak at you. He gazes at you with wise eyes of a veteran officer. Oh, you got to blows full. Tell me about yourself. The hippogriff pounds his breastplate loudly, straightens to attention as if on parade. His breastplate is adorned with the holy symbol of Abadar. He is obviously proud to serve his god. Indeed, he appears to be high-ranking position among the god's faithful. What are your thoughts on the bold wound? The hippogriff growls as he pretends to put something on it into his foreleg, and then mimes crushing it with his claw. Okay. So, we can get the blows full with Cobblehoof, but that's later. Can't do that now. I have to go. Right, it seems like this person I can set against that person and this person. This person against these two. This person against these two. Alicino was down here, so he's those. Evertris. Oh, it's not her Kitsune, it's lion-faced woman. Gives you a stern glance. Her amethyst eyes seem to pierce right through the soul. Welcome to the council, Commander. Who are you? Evertris, and what mortals call an imperial lord. My limit is truth, the eternal truth, shining through endless lies. Insights born only through honest, thoughtful debate. You are the one who convened the council. Yes, many have tried to solve the problem of the world wound with weapons, and none have succeeded. Try to try another way, do what no one has tried before, resolve everything through peaceful negotiations. If you're an imperial lord, why don't you fight Discovery and Baphomet openly? A victory obtained through brute force doesn't prove anything, and the more blows you deal to Discovery and his followers, the more convinced they are of their rectitude. No, true victory can only be achieved through honest, unbiased debate. When they see the error of their ways, the demons will lay down their weapons. Yeah, bollocks will they. And how successful has your method been so far? The lion-headed one pauses for a moment to think, and answers in a voice filled with unshakable confidence. Up until now, there have been few successes, but we keep trying. The truth always comes out, sooner or later. That is true. Most people don't give a fuck. What are your thoughts on the world wound? It's a terrible mistake, an aberration in the world order. As with any mistake, it runs the risk of becoming fatal if it isn't fixed in time. And as with any mistake, it can be corrected if the truth that refutes its existence is discovered and made public. No, again, that's very naive. The Council is working on finding this truth. Though the truth has eluded us this far, we keep trying. I only hope that we reach our goal before the damage from the world wound becomes irreversible. Go, and may your path be lit by the unfading light of eternal truth. Talk to him last.
We do it my way.
Okay, Shaika. The creature that stands before you is constantly changing, and only their basic humanized shape remains the same. Their race, skin, colour, gender, and age are all shifting continuously, as if you're not looking at a single person, but a whole series of people constantly replacing one another. It's like quantum uncertainty. Hello, Commander. We are very interested to see you. Tell me about yourself. We are Shaika. Shaika the many, they call us. We bear the title of the Eldest. You can consider us a deity of the Fey world if you wish. This is not true, but we do not mind. As for what interests us, let's say we do not find it necessary to walk in step with time. Why are you constantly changing? Everything is changing. More precisely, everything is eternal and unchanging. Perhaps it's only from the perspective of mortal observation that it changes. Do not be offended, but it's difficult to explain this to a creature who lives only in one time, sees only one present, and thinks they are moving forward one future at a constant speed. Let's say the way we appear to you may give you a vague idea of how you and your world appear to us. What are your thoughts on the world wound? The wound itself holds no particular interest for us. It's just a rift between planes. This world has seen worse troubles. What's really interesting is all the ways in which it will and won't be closed, and all the yous that will have a chance to perform this feat. Don't you find it boring to live your life knowing the entire past, present, and future of every possible timeline? Amazing question. Of course, an existence in which you observe all the possible versions of the past and all the future at the same time, as if for some kind of unchanging crystal, would be deathly dull. Actually, when we allow mortals to view our archives, they usually kill themselves out of boredom when they finish reading. Have you heard of a lich named Darakath? Or did he not exist in your time? He was such a bore, or he will be. Or he will not be. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. Fortunately, we have an escape. Out of all the blessings granted to mortals, we have kept forgetfulness and an absent-mindedness for ourselves. Whenever we are, we have only the faint idea of this time. Instead of looking wistfully at all times at once, we only recall them as necessary, and thus we are always interested. If you exist outside of time, it means you already know all the answers to the questions. Why don't you just tell the Council all they need is to succeed? We know many answers, this is true, but we have no idea how difficult it is to watch the possibilities, time flows, and parallel branches of reality. What is true in one of them can be wrong in another. Imagine what could happen if you get mixed up and give the answers you don't belong to the world in which you live. It would be a terrible confusion, and entire reality might collapse. So don't ask us. Don't do that anymore. So that probably did happen in a different reality. Will I close the world wound? Yes or no? It's up to you. We won't influence your choice. As it happens, we don't care which of the possible paths you'll take, because we see them all. Do you trust Alicino? I think he only wants to set everyone up. They burst into deep masculine laughter, but the hearty sound dissolved in the melodic giggles of a little girl. Shaika wags her finger at you as they change shape before your eyes. Uh-oh, we've seen you've decided to cause trouble between members of the Council. Good old strategy, we like it too, but don't try to drag us into this. We have no stake in this game. We're just enjoying entertainment. Okay, we aren't saying goodbye. Yeah, Shaika is in Kingmaker 2. Well, you think it's Shaika. You never actually Pretty sure. This power struggle that's going on. Right then, Sokoth Benath. Richard's eyes are black voids, and his gaze holds the promise of both incomparable pleasure and endless suffering. But a thin finger, its black nail carefully manicured to his pierced lips, and smiles suggestively. Well, I'm glad you accepted my invitation. I, for one, am happy to see you here. Tell me about yourself. Words are so boring. First to show, not tell. If you'd like to begin our introduction with words, well, about your wishes. I am Sokoth Benath, Demon Lord, Prior of the Cathedral Thelemic. I grant my congregation endless joys and pleasures, even if their tastes are frowned upon by more hypocritical masses. Try to remember something you've always wanted, a desire so shameful you don't allow yourself to even think about it. My house, it will come true. That and 100 more things you can't even imagine. You've heard this name before. Sokoth Benath, also known as the Silken Sin, is a patron of sexual extravagance and perversions. Moreover, it's also the brother and lover of the powerful demon Nocticula. Although you've heard rumours that the two of them have not been getting along lately. How did you get to know this thing? Well, I guess in this world people travel between the realms. And entities travel between the realms as well and stuff. Nocticula is your sister and lover. The sound of her name, Sokoth Benath's face contours painfully. She is no one to me. Less than no one. Please don't mention her name without need. Let's talk about someone more pleasant. About me, for example. Or you. Even Cobblehoof, those muscles, those broad, powerful wings, that strong back. I wish I could ride him. You're a Demon Lord. Why are you involved in the invasion alongside Descari and Baphomet? Why would I be? Of course, Baphomet is always a welcome guest in my dominions. Sokoth traces his finger across his lips in a dreamy smile. But the fact that he is a great lover doesn't mean I'm eager to participate in any of his schemes. Fighting, conquering, seizing my force, bleh. All my victories come to me of their own volition, begging to be conquered. What are your thoughts on the world wound? On one hand, it's a disgusting monstrosity, meaningless carnage. So many boys and girls, mortals and demons, who could be making love to one another, or hacking off each other's heads instead. On the other hand, for a moment Sokoth Benath's unusual playful expression disappears from his face, as if the questions remind him of something unpleasant. Stammering, he finishes quickly. On the other hand, the more chaos, the more opportunities. So, the world wound is a source of opportunities. For what? Let's set this conversation aside for now, all in good time. His face darkens for a moment, but then with a visible effort he fixes his charming smile back in place, and the playful note returns to his voice. I'll make sure you don't miss anything interesting, I promise. Why did you invite me to the council meeting? You can be sure that I have plans for you, but now's not the time. When the moment comes, I will share them with you, and I'm certain that you will like what I have in mind. For now, though, go mingle. I did introduce you into a high society of a sort. Okay, I have to go. Where are you going? Just stay a little longer. The demon blows you a kiss. Right, so that's that done. Don't know enough about anything.
Follow
About
if you dare.
any of their schemes to actually bullshit. Maybe I just do to all of them. Let them all self-destruct. Self-destruct the whole council. I mean, what's the council even for? Apart from to destroy the world wound. Close it. 49 minutes. Ugh, I haven't done anything. Right, let's go to sleep. They should get rid of our corruption as well. Yeah. Why is it not showing up here? Achoo, achoo, Ulrich, what are you doing? Why is that smelly powder? Pepper, I guess. Mustard seeds, ground up and charmed on a stone at midnight. It's to stop you putting that evil eye on me just in case, a great remedy against fey enchantments. Okay. Got all these to do. King. I think I might go down to Winter Sun.
I'm off.
So a quick look at the map. Wasted a lot of time. Okay, 30 cultists. Staff Council. Well, let's do that. We can do Chanting the Crest of the Fallen Knight and Formal Logistic. Oh, what's this do? Stood in the Sword of Valor. The researchers were divided into what exactly happened to the Sword of Valor. However, they did point out the banner that had belonged to Armady back in their mortal life, that it gained miraculous properties, as if anticipating the ascension of its owner to divinity. Could its current change be an indication of the commander's great future? Right, we can do one of these. And that's it. We can't do a military one. Was that the diplomatic one? Logistic Council, Outpost Bastion. Let's do a Logistic Council. That might get our money going up better. And let's have a look around. There are places I could go. Guess these are places I haven't been. Can I build anything here? Because it looks like it might get attacked by a demon soon. Okay, what was I doing? A hospital? Archery range 80. 50 is 130. I've got enough finance points. This is these materials points. Need 130. And a watchtower. Yeah. 130, 205. 200. Let's get the archery, the barracks, and the watchtower. Okay. One day in that. One day in that. Relics. This will take 5 days. Can't zoom in or anything, can I? No. Those show me places I haven't been, I think. But I can't really get any information about them. Just the areas, the wound. So this is the world wound then, I can take it. Wounded lands. Lake Epona. Grey Road. Petrified Library. Stone Wiles. No idea what this is. The Wastes. Winged Wood. The Lands of Yath. Okay. Winter Sun. That's there, isn't it? Was that Green Gates? Green Gates and Winter Sun. Anyway, I'll do it for this episode, I think. Not much actually done. Oh, we've got a scroll stone skin. I should start using these. It lasts 10 minutes per level. Cast to level 7. And if I look at not Ember, Nenio to do it. Anyway, scroll savant. Yeah, tells me absolutely nothing. Can't get any info about these. Scroll Savant has half his class level, minimum 1, as a bonus on his used magic device checks. Will always take 10 on UMD checks to cast a spell from a scroll if 10 on a roll is enough. Successful skill check. So you can't fail it on a 10. So if you've only got a 50% chance to cast the spell, you're definitely guaranteed. Right. And use the magic device plus half your level. I've got 5, so that's 2, I guess. Right. And use magic device is 20. Yeah, scroll focus plus 2. At 5th level, whenever the scroll savant uses a scroll, it calculates a DC for any spell it contains using his intelligence modifier instead of the minimum modifier needed to cast a spell at that level. What? So if you use it as a attacking scroll, so what's an attacking scroll? No. This. Difficulty class 11. To succeed, the result of the check must meet or exceed the difficulty class. A specific number appointed to the action. It doesn't actually say how it's calculated. But it uses plus 7 to it instead of the intelligence needed or something, I don't know. Have a look at the spell book. It's not clear. Oh, I can't cast this yet. Right. Do I have any of these on death to death? Do have one. All enemies as well. Only up to 9 hit dice though. Which isn't much. Anyway, thanks for watching everyone. Next episode we're going to go out of from here I should do some stuff outside. Maybe Winter Sun. Maybe some random things around Dresden. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.